Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time I'm going to be doing my nails. So as you can see, I was a little rough on my nails this time. So the first thing that we're going to do is just go in with a pair of nippers to remove the bling. And after that, we're going to go in and just file down the acrylic on the nails that I broke so I can replace them, and then of course removing the gel polish from the rest of the nails. As you can see, my bling still stays on really good as always, and I use the Soleil nail adhesive for that. And then my crystals of course are still super shiny, and these are from Sky Beads, and I do have a promo code for them, which is GetNailed5, but I'll be sure to leave the link in the description down below, as well as the promo code. As always, to file down the acrylic, I am using the Safety Extra Coarse Drill Bit. I like to use this one because, of course, it has the safety top. As you can see, it's round up there. So even though it's so coarse, you're not going to cut anyone unless you really just touch the skin with it. But again, just filing down the acrylic as thin as we can. That way we can soak it off really easily. And then once we file these down, we can go ahead and just remove the gel polish from the rest of the nails. Alrighty, so next we're going to go in and push back the cuticles. Remember that this is going to expose the new growth and help with reducing lifting. And make sure that you use a cuticle pusher that can either be disinfected or disposed of. So after this, we're going to go in with the 180 sanding band. I'm using the Melody Susie Scarlet Nail Drill, and I'm using it at 5,000 RPMs. Remember that for this part, we're literally just removing the shine from the natural nail, so don't overthink it. When you see that the nail is no longer shiny, you can move on to the next nail. But again, I'm using it at 5,000 RPMs. Remember that, especially as a beginner, use it at a speed that you feel comfortable using it at. And then as you get more practice, you'll get better and you'll be able to speed it up a little bit more each time. But you know, so just wanting to let you guys know that you don't have to use it at the same speed that I'm using it at. You guys know that I've been doing nails for quite a while now, so that's why I'm able to use it a little bit faster, even though for this part I actually do use it slow, just because I don't want to overfile on anyone's natural nail. But after we finish doing this, we're going to go ahead and dust the nails off, and then we're going to start with replacing those two nails that I'm missing. Honestly, y'all, I don't even know. I think my index finger, that one broke off because I was picking up my KitchenAid mixer and I like dropped it on my nail, and then my thumb, I can't remember what I was doing, and I broke my thumb off. But anyways, we're just applying them with the KDS glue. And these nail tips I actually got on eBay. They are really similar to the ones that I used to use, or the ones that I sell on my website. But you guys know that I've been out and I ran out of all of mine, so I didn't even have any for myself. But they are just, I think the small line go up a little bit higher. That's the only difference, but they're still, you know, good quality. And I believe they're like $15. They used to be $7, y'all, and then after this coronavirus and stuff started happening, they doubled the price, so they were $15 when I bought them. But anyways, now I'm just going to go ahead and shape up the nails. As always, I'm using a 100 nail file, and we're just shaping them up into a coffin shape. So following the sides and the free edge at exactly a 90-degree angle, and then blending the nail tip right in the middle. And we're going to do that for both of those nails. After this, we're going to dust the nails off, and then we're going to go in with the primer. Alrighty, so for my primer, I am using the JCBEAUTYCONCEPTS primer, and I'm applying that on the natural nail only. Remember that I recommend that if you're looking for a primer, just go ahead and use the same one as your acrylic brand, because your lifting will still come from other things, not just your primer. But I'm going to go in. At first, I was going to use the Cover blush, which is why you see it on the paper towel, but then I decided to just go ahead and fill in the nails with the clear. So that's what I'm going to do on all of the nails. As you can see, with this acrylic, it's so much easier to work with because it's not as runny. So since I did file the gel polish off, I'm just going in and basically replacing the acrylic from wherever I filed some of it off, because sometimes, you know, especially when I'm doing my own nails, it's a little bit hard. Whenever it comes to the filing part, you know, sometimes you get a little bit too heavy-handed. So we're just going in and replacing the acrylic that we filed away, and then of course just filling in the back of the nail closer to the cuticle area, making sure that we have a nice apex and a good thickness at the tip, and then cleaning the sides off. That way it doesn't take away too much from our shape, so we won't have to do so much shaping and filing once we're all done. As you can see, I am using the JCBEAUTYCONCEPTS acrylic brush in the number 12, which I absolutely been loving. It's so easy to work with. I know you guys get tired of me saying this, but I just love that little grip at the front of the brush where you hold it. It's just so comfortable. But as you can see, for the rest of the nails, we're just going to go ahead and fill them in. It's going to be really nice and simple because all of my designs and stuff are going to be with gel polish. I'm not using any colored acrylic this time, but remember you guys that when you're doing nails, make sure that you look at the nail from the sides. That way you know if you have a nice apex or if maybe your tip is too thin, but you're not going to be able to look at it and see unless you look at it from the sides, because just looking at it from the top like this, you won't be able to see that, and you don't want your nails to break off super easily. So same thing for the rest, placing that bead as close as you can to the cuticle area but not on the actual skin, patting it down and very gently brushing it down towards the tip. And as I was saying the other day in my last video, that with this acrylic, it keeps its shape so much better. So I feel like it helps build the nail much faster because it's not as runny. I know you guys have heard me talk about like the Mia Secret. It was good, but the only thing that bothered me was that it was so runny. So the acrylic went on a little bit thinner, and I was having to like add drops of acetone into my monomer. And I honestly just got tired of doing that. So I wanted to just find a brand that, you know, came ready to use. Don't get me wrong, you know, Mia Secret is still a really good brand for beginners, but it's just a little too runny. And I think we can all agree on that. But JC Beauty Concepts is a little bit more expensive than Mia Secret, not very much at all, but it's really good quality, and I definitely recommend it. As you guys know, I do have a promo code for them, so I'll be sure to leave that down below for you guys. The promo code is GetNailed32, and it gives you 15% off, which is really good. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys watch. Now I'm just doing my right hand with my left hand. Yes, it is a little bit challenging when I'm doing this, but with practice you get a little bit more better, or a little bit better. But it's the same technique, y'all, just filling in the nail at the back, applying acrylic wherever else it's needed, and just making sure that you're really gentle whenever you're brushing the acrylic. That way you don't brush all of the product off to where you're actually leaving the product and building your acrylic. Alrighty, so now we're going to go in and reshape the nails. So as always, following the sides and the free edge at exactly a 90-degree angle so we can get that perfect coffin shape. And also, for me, I usually have to hold my finger at the end of the table to be able to achieve that perfect coffin shape. That's only when I'm doing it on myself because I need some stability. So you will see me move the camera just a little bit more towards the end of the table so you can see. But same thing as always, just making sure that you get that 90-degree angle, or that you're holding your file at exactly a 90-degree angle, because if not, your coffin is not going to be like, you know, really sharp. It's going to be more rounded at the corners if you don't hold it how you're supposed to. But we're going to go ahead and do this on all of the nails. Again, this is a 100 nail file, and we're just reshaping the nails. This is a step that you don't ever want to skip, especially when you're doing a fill, because after 2 or 3 weeks of you or your clients wearing your nails, like, I know you guys notice how like your shape kind of dulls out just a little bit. So we are just going in and redefining that shape. But as you can see, now I'm closer to the end of the table, and as you can see, I just place my finger down and follow it that way. That way my finger is not moving as I'm shaping it. But as you can see, like, I'm still moving it in different, you know, putting it in different positions, and just whatever works for you is completely fine, but as long as you get a really nice shape. Alrighty, so now we're going to go in with the e-file and we're just going to be filing all of the nails, but mainly focusing around the cuticle area first. You want to make sure that you seal that area really good so you don't get any lifting, because trust me, a lot of your lifting will come from not doing this part correctly. When I first started, I feel like I was doing everything correctly, but I knew that I was scared once it came to this part, and it's just a matter of practicing and doing it over and over and over again. I do recommend that when you're doing this part, if you're a beginner, that you use this drill bit, which is the fine ceramic drill bit, and you can find it on Amazon. But just focus around the cuticle area first and then file the rest of the nail to make sure that it's nice and smooth. But again, I go from the right side all the way over to the left side around that cuticle area until I'm able to see where the cuticle is, where the natural nail is, and where the acrylic is. That way I know that the acrylic is not on the skin. And you just want to seal that area, because any water, moisture, face serum, anything that you may be picking up with your hands or touching with your hands, if you have any gap in between your natural nail and the acrylic, that moisture is going to get trapped underneath the nail and it's going to cause the nail to lift. So make sure that you're doing this part correctly. Make sure that you spend a little bit more time, and make sure that you just pay attention to how your cuticle area is looking before you move on to the next nail. But we're going to go ahead and do this on all of the nails. I'm using again the Melody Susie Scarlet nail drill, which I highly recommend, and this time I am using it at 10,000 RPMs. Alrighty, so now we're going to go in and buff the nails, and this is going to get rid of any of the scratches left on the nails from the hand file or the e-file. So make sure that you buff really good. And then after this, we're going to go in with the polish. Now, I was having a really hard time trying to figure out how I wanted my nails this time. Like, I had no idea. Before I actually came up with this design, like, I tried so many different things, so many different foils. But finally, I just decided on this. But the first color that we're going to be going in with is going to be Harp on It by Color Club. And you can find this one on Amazon. So I dust my nails off and wipe them off with an alcohol wipe. And we'll wash my hands and then wipe them off. But we're just doing this on the pinky because I knew for sure that I wanted my pinkies blinked out. And then for the ring finger and the thumb, I'm going to do just a little bit of that orange, as you can see. And I wanted to go ahead and test it out. So I went ahead and cured it for 30 seconds. And then I'm going in with the MAKARTT, what is it called? The MAKARTT foil gel. And then after that, after we cured it for 60 seconds, I went ahead and applied it on over the orange. And then I liked how it looked more with the orange underneath. So I went ahead and did the same thing for the thumb. So same thing, applied the gel polish and then cured that for 30 seconds. Applied the foil gel, cured that for 60 seconds. And then come back in and just dab the foil on top of the nail. And I didn't care to have a full coverage. So as you can see, I still, it still looked really good. Next, I'm going to go in with this color, which is one of the nude colors from Madam Glam. And we're going to do that on the index finger. And then for the middle finger, I'm going to go in with that orange color that you see there in the color Suns Out. And we're only going to be doing the French tip. So I'm going to go ahead and get my little brush to clean up my cuticle area and then also to clean up my smile line. So again, this is Suns Out by Madam Glam. As always, I do have a promo code for them. So I'll be sure to leave that down below for you guys. You guys know that they are I think I say this so much, but they're definitely my favorite gel polish brand. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go in and do a second coat of this color and then also the middle finger. And then we're going to cure for another 30 seconds. And then we're going to come in and apply the bling. And for my crystals, I'm going to be using my crystals from Sky Beads. Again, I do have a promo code for them, which is Get Nailed 5. But I'll be sure to leave the link in the description down below for you guys. So for my bling, I am going to be using a mixture of the SS6, SS12, SS16, and then I'm also going to use some bigger ones, which I absolutely love. They're just so shiny, and then they are actually more affordable than others, like websites that I found, so definitely recommend them. But as you can see, I'm just doing some bigger ones on my index finger, and then I'm also going to go in with the ABSS6, 12 and 16. And then this one I kind of just freestyle. I was just kind of adding as I went, but I love that color that's underneath. I think it's in the color Lotus by Madam Glam, and they came out with a sheer nude collection, which I absolutely love. I swatched it not too long ago, but I still been using the colors and they just look so good. Next for my pinky, I'm just gonna go in and fill in the entire nail with those same 3 different sizes. Remember that when you're doing this, you just alternate between the different sizes until the nail is completely full. But I usually start around the cuticle area, working my way around the perimeter of the nail, and then just filling the nail in as as I go. And then again, I'm using the Soleil nail adhesive, and you can go on her Instagram, and then there's the link on the Instagram to buy the glue. It usually sells out really quickly, so I'll be sure to leave the link down below for you guys. Alrighty, so after we finish applying all of the bling, I'm going to spray the nails with the Hurry Up Spray, which you can find on Amazon, and it just helps the glue dry a lot faster. And then after that, I'm going to go in with the JC Beauty Concepts Gel Top Coat. We're going to apply that on all of the nails, and then we're going to cure for 60 seconds. And then I'm going to go in and do the exact same thing on the other hand. Alrighty, so next we're gonna go in and again do the same thing on this other hand. So just doing the orange on the thumb and the ring finger, just kind of, randomly apply it on there, and then doing the tip on the middle finger. And then after that, once that's cured, we're gonna go in and do the foil gel on the ring finger and the thumb. We're gonna do 2 coats of the sun's out color and then the lotus color that's gonna go on the index finger, and then we're gonna go in and apply the bling. Alrighty, y'all. Well, here is the final look. As you can see, they turned out really, really pretty. This definitely has to be one of my favorite sets that I've done on myself in a while. I just love those colors together and they just look so nice and clean. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GetNail32, and I'll see you guys next time.